Hi, Gail.
Hey, Brendan, talk to the mic.
Hi, everyone.
Put a tool in my hand and look what happens.
You're just going to have fun with it.
Yeah. So we're comparing we're going to do a crew review of the Rocky grinders?
Exactly.
Good deal.
This is one of our very famous grinders, very popular grinders.
Yeah, I can see why.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've used this a lot, and it really is a good grinder.
Yeah, it's recommended a lot for a lot of different machines. It's got a lot of variety in terms of how coarse and how fine it goes.
Yep.
And we're going to test that today.
Yes, we are.
But first, we're just going to go over some of the differences between the doser and the doserless.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the things that are the same is the 8-ounce. We always mix up grams and ounces here. 8-ounce bean hopper lid. That's the same thing on both.
Yep. And the mechanism inside and everything.
Yeah, exactly. To adjust is the exact same right here.
Yep. Same thing here.
Some of the other same features are the burrs, flat stainless steel burrs, 50 millimeter.
Yep.
And the motor's the exact same on both of these machines, and it's known for kind of being a slower motor, which works to your advantage in terms of not burning your beans or creating too much heat.
Re-roasting.
Yeah, exactly, we've known some grinders to do that, and the Rocky really avoids that by the way the motor
Really, the only difference is this vessel on the front that collects the ground coffee versus a chute.
Exactly.
That's really the only difference.
Now, why would someone want a doser as opposed to a doserless?
Well, let me tell you.
Okay, here we go.
The doser, inside here.
Let me take this off.
See that?
Oh, you're good.
Maybe you can see that. If not,
Let me take this. Maybe you can go a little.
Yeah, okay. In there are pie shapes. And every time you rotate this, the one pie shape goes around and dispenses down into the portafilter.
Which would be resting right here.
Which would rest right there. Now, if you were to, what you have to do with this though, is you have to grind enough coffee that you fill up this vessel with enough that each one of those pie shapes is going to have your 7 ounces in it, is what it, or 7 grams. See? Ounces and grams.
There we go.
So every time you rotate this around, down comes 7 grams. So technically, for a double portafilter, if this was full, you would do it twice.
I see.
Now, if you're only going to do 1 or 2 shots a day, and you have to grind enough coffee to fill this up for it to actually be used as a doser, the rest of the coffee is going to go stale in about half an hour.
I see.
So it's good for higher volume.
Got it. Okay,
like
that
if
makes
you had
sense.
5 people in your home or something like that you were doing a lot of coffee for, a light commercial setting, very light, you could do that. But really, it's almost better to just grind on demand what you need, and when you get what you need, you stop.
Exactly.
Then nothing is ground extra.
I see.
So that's the only reason I can think of that you'd want it.
So it's kind of like if someone's using it more frequently with more people,
Yep.
higher volume,
Yep.
you would want the doser as opposed to the doserless.
Yeah, it would make it a little easier. You can just
see.
sit there and put it on and let it grind, and it stays on. When you flip the switch on, it just stays on. You can walk around. This one, you have to hold the switch on when you want it to grind, and when you let it go, it automatically goes back to zero, back to stop.
Gotcha. Maybe the doserless would be a little better for people that are using it for like drip or pour overs too, because you might be putting it in some different type of receptacle.
Exactly. Yeah. The only way you can collect coffee out of this one is pretty much put a portafilter under there. You can't put. You'd have to have a little margarine cup or something like that, which just defeats the whole thing.
Exactly.
You do better with that one.
Exactly.
And if you want to do a bigger, this comes off.
Oh, look at that.
So you can just set something there.
That's pretty easy.
Yep. Very easy. Just it's kind of spring-loaded in there. There it goes.
And we have a nice warranty with these, isn't that right?
2 years.
2-year warranty.
2 years, and we cover the 2-year warranty on that. That's a Seattle Coffee Gear perk on this particular machine. We feel it warrants it. The Rancilio products are so good that 2 years is nothing.
Yeah, we have a lot of support with these, also with parts. The bean hopper itself is a really popular purchase, like accessory on our website, as well as the grinder chute.
Yep.
Yeah, we just have
Other than
overall.
that,
yeah, exactly.
What else goes wrong?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's a very user-friendly grinder. Well, how about we see the range we can get here in terms of finest and coarsest. I think that's our favorite.
We got some beans going on.
Yeah. Test with grinders is to see, what can we do pour over with this?
Yeah, let's check it out.
I'm not sure, and I know that's a lot a lot of people ask that question.
Well, French press. Let's see if we can get to French press.
I wasted a bean.
Oh,
Gail.
bean on the floor.
What was I thinking?
Let's take it to the courses.
Okay.
What do you think?
And is that all the way to 40 or the other side?
Nope, all the way to 40. In fact, I think it goes higher than 40. It goes up to about 50, really, at the end of the day. At least, if not more.
Oh, just stop there.
That's
Jeez,
it.
You're right.
Yep.
Okay, so this is our courses. Should I do it? Just to show it off a bit?
Sure.
There we go.
Show it off. There we go.
That's really, really coarse.
Oh, that is road gravel.
Yeah, that's, I don't know if that would even be good for French press. I don't think
That's
it would.
a little too coarse.
Oh yeah, way too coarse.
Okay, let's take it down.
So now we can talk about the other thing about this.
On this particular one.
Exactly. So with any grinder, no matter if you're talking about a super automatic or just a standalone grinder like this, you should only adjust finer when it's running.
When it's yeah, because you're taking two burrs and you're making them closer together. And there's coffee in there.
Yep.
Like right now, there's coffee in between those two burrs, and if you try to make them go together,
without the motor running,
smashing.
Exactly, and it can miscalibrate it. You can kind of run into a bunch of issues. So,
but on this particular one, it's a little more difficult. You have to hold this button on, which is a rocker that automatically springs back to off. You have to hold this down and then turn.
You think I can do that all with one hand?
Go ahead and try. I mean, I've done it. It's hard.
I don't know how you did it. Okay, actually, no, I think I can do it. Okay, let's see. Hold the plate up. Let's see if I can do it.
Here he goes. Yeah, you go in increments.
Okay.
Whoop.
How much did I go far enough?
You're not even down to 40 yet.
Jeez Louise.
I know. Tell me about it. Let's put this over here and dump into that.
We should probably just stop goofing around, and I'll
Here.
hold it down. You turn
go
it.
ahead.
Okay, here we go.
That's 40.
Okay, there we go.
Let's take it down to the midway point. That's
okay.
20. Let's see what that's like. Okay?
Okay, perfect.
Let's get rid of this. Hold on. This is the residual stuff that we really don't need to show them because they've already seen it. Okay.
So I guess that could be technically a con for this machine.
Yes, that is a con.
And, you shouldn't have to be doing that too much because you should have your grinder dialed in.
Pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
You might take it a notch or two one way or the other, but not the whole gambit like we're doing.
Exactly.
Well, you might, though.
Yeah.
All right. That's the midway point, and it's not clumping yet, but it's thinking about it.
So what do you? What is that good for? I mean, that's not. I don't.
Drip. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, probably. Yeah, that's a pretty fine drip.
Yep.
Do you think that's on the finer side of it?
That's the finer side of.
Yeah,
drip.
that's probably a good pour over.
Now, what we're showing you here is this grinder. Every grinder has its own personality, so 20 might not be the right setting for your grinder, for your. Your grinder for your drip or whatever. You just have to play with it.
Okay.
Let's take it down to 5.
How about I hold the plate and do the switch and you do those two?
Got it.
Okay, here we go. I'm going to get it right here.
I'm going to take it down to the finest point. Now that is...
So there's the clumping you were talking about. You were saying it was just about to do that here.
It was thinking about it. That is...
So what do you
very
think
fine.
What do you think about this?
Take it right on the top because the stuff on the bottom was the previous.
I mean, that's espresso.
Oh yeah, for sure. That would probably clog most machines. So the other thing that you want to be in tune with when you make an adjustment to your grinder, you should really grind off about 17 grams or so and throw it away because you're going to have a mixture of the previous grind and the now present grind. So
exactly.
You want to grind it off and throw it away.
Because there's a channel, just like you're saying, in between the burrs and from where it's dispensing. So yeah, you're going to have that, that amount of grind to get rid of before you start seeing the difference.
Exactly.
So we can go finer here. Oh no, that's it.
That's 0.
So this probably doesn't get to Turkish. If someone wanted to, this doesn't get there.
No, but I would say French press, no problem.
French press.
And everything in between.
All the way down to espresso.
Yep.
Which is a nice variety.
Oh, it's a great variety.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, now this is a step grinder also, which means when you make a difference, when you make a change, it's like Now I'm on 3. I have to go to 4. There's nothing in between.
Yep. It's predetermined, kind of.
It's clickers.
All the spaces are all equal. The amount you're adjusting one by one is equal, as opposed to a stepless where you know the amount you're adjusting isn't predetermined.
It's infinite.
Yep, exactly.
But that now, having said that, a stepless grinder is not good if you're going to go back and forth. It would take you forever to go from French press down to espresso.
Yeah.
It would take forever. This is very fast.
Yeah. Well, I think that's great just in terms of the variety that you get with this grinder. Most grinders that we see usually are mostly for either espresso or drip, and we don't have too many grinders that do both. That are
stepless.
Exactly, that are stepless as well.
So this comes off for cleaning. You can take that off of there and dump that.
Yep.
You know, that's what that's all about.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Get it real clean.
And what else? Stainless steel back here on the back side, stainless here. This is black in the front, and it's black metal. This is metal, plastic. So, and the blue is for UV, so that your beans don't go stale as fast.
I don't think I ever knew that.
You do now.
Wow.
Woohoo!
I don't think I ever knew that.
Riveting, huh?
Yeah. They're always thinking over there at Rancilio.
Yep. You want to take it apart? Well, that's why we brought this, huh?
That's exactly why we brought that. Why don't we show them how easy it is to get to the burrs? Take
this down to 0.
Okay.
And then inside here.
Let's take this off again. Yeah.
Here, I'll just tip it like that. Inside is that's your finger guard, the black thing, and it has 3 screws that are flat blade. I've had these apart numerous times. And
we do have an instructional video for replacing the bean hopper on this machine.
So yeah, it shows you how to get it back to calibration and all, I'm sure.
Exactly.
That's why I put it on 0.
So you just took off the finger guard and the bean hopper.
The screws came with. You can see them sticking out there.
Yep, there's the finger guard.
Okay.
And then that takes us straight down to the motor.
To the burrs.
Yeah,
Here's
right
the
to the
top
burrs.
Burr. This is the top burr, and how they come out is you just unscrew it.
And that's very easy.
And watch out here. This can be sharp.
Is that sharp? Yeah.
Yeah, it can be. I've cut myself on it. I don't need any injuries today.
No, we don't.
Or any other day. Okay. As you can see, there's a lot of adjustment here.
Yeah, exactly.
There's the top burr. And the bottom burr looks just like it.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you know.
And they're easy to replace.
Exactly. Relatively speaking to other grinders we have here, this is incredibly easy to access the burrs. We have other machines here where you can't get to the burrs without taking it to a service center.
Right.
So this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I
So
didn't know that.
This is
nice.
Yeah, exactly. This is very nice and very user friendly.
Since I'm in there.
Yeah.
And when I take it back downstairs, we'll take an air gun to it. That's a nice way of getting the rest, the residual stuff out. So you want to clean it. And the threads in here that this threads into, make sure they're kept clean because that will bind up. It'll bind it up so it won't work.
Yep.
So it won't thread. So then you just put this back and watch out when you start this.
Yeah, the threads are very fine.
They're very fine, so make sure you get it going. Don't cross-thread it. Cross-thread. And you take it down as far as you can go, and that the 2 burrs are going to touch.
And then you know you're at 0.
Well, not
or
you're close to 0. You're a little bit beyond 0, actually, which is where you don't want to be.
You're like at -1.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want it touching.
Because then you couldn't get any beans in there.
No, and it's not good for the burrs. Okay, so we've got these 3 holes that correspond with the finger guard here. So what I'm going to do is, where's my 0 point? My 0 point's right there.
Yep.
So what you really want to do, if your 0 point didn't match up, which this one's pretty darn close, back this off until these 3 screws are going to match up with this, pointing at 0. And that's about where we're at right now. And what I do is I leave the screws in here, but then I take it out so I can see if we're lined up.
You can make sure all the holes line up, make sure you're calibrated right.
Boop.
Yep. And then And then you'll add the finger guard.
I leave the screws in the finger guard because if you try to put them down in there...
Oh man, they'll end up down in your burrs.
They go down in the burrs.
Yeah, totally.
Or you can put bubble gum on them, whatever, to get them back in there.
Bubble gum? I don't know that trick.
Well,
bubble gum?
Yeah, no. On the end of the screwdriver, down it goes, you know. Bubble gum between the screwdriver and the screw.
Did you tell the technicians that down in the repair center? They could probably...
I've tried. They don't listen to me. So that's how easy it is to, now that's back in there firm, all ready to go.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, yeah, you got to the burrs in no time.
Yep.
Which is a very nice feature with this grinder.
And your burrs really should not wear out unless you have a foreign object go through them. Once in a while there's twigs or little pebbles in coffee. Mm-hmm. If a pebble goes in there, they're toast.
Totally. Whether it's a ceramic burr or whether it's a stainless steel burr, conical or flat, burrs are toast.
They're toast.
And it's amazing once a pebble goes through the roasting process, how much it looks like a bean. Like you can actually understand how...
It looks just like a bean.
Yeah, a roaster would just be like, that's a bean without actually picking up and feeling it. And that happens from time to time.
I have seen twigs too.
Yep.
So
I've seen that as well.
Twig won't ruin it typically, but it'll jam it.
Yep, totally.
Yeah. This is not a, what do they call it when you have your lawn guy come and they shred up your trees?
I don't know. Oh, wood chipper.
Wood chipper. This is not a wood chipper.
No, not at all. Not at all. I really think the proof's in the pudding with this grinder, just in the sense that it's been very successful here, and we've had a lot of great reviews with it.
Oh yeah.
It goes with a lot of machines. Obviously, looks very nice next to a Sylvia.
Yeah, it matches the Sylvia.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just a great
For the price,
grinder.
you can't beat it.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite grinder here, but that's just me personally speaking.
Ooh, now we know. Well, thank you, Brendan.
Thank you,
for
Gail.
all the info, and see you next time, huh?
I'll see you
Any
next
questions? SeattleCoffeeGear.com or give us a jingle.